Namaste. Welcome. So this video is about your lower back and hips and how to stretch out, specifically if you have problems around the SI joint. And we're going to start with a standing pose. You could do this with a wall or a chair. I'm going to demonstrate it with a chair. And this is a modified version of downward dog. So you could also do regular downward dog. However, this version is a little bit gentler and allows you to focus on that stretch. So you're just going to come up to your chair and put your hands really firmly on the seat of the chair, where you can hold with your fingers around the edge of the seat. If you're using a wall, you would just want to put your hands at about waist height, or a little slightly lower than waist height. So then we're going to walk the feet back and just stretch your upper back. Try to bring your arms and ears into alignment, so the arms are right to the outside of the ears. And you're just pulling back your tailbone and reaching the arms forward, and pull your shoulders down from your ears. Roll your shoulder blades toward your spine so the armpits are going out to the sides. And then focus again on that lengthening of the spine, taking the tailbone back. Keep your breath moving. Take deep breaths. Keep this lengthening of the spine. And then we're going to come up from that pose, and we're going to move to a seated pose. So you want to make sure that you have a little bit of height to sit on. Sitting on a folded blanket, you could sit on some cushions or a bolster as well. We're going to sit cross-legged, and you need also something to go in front of you. So the height of what you need in front of you depends on how flexible you are in your back and hips. So you might use a couple of blocks, and you might want to use something lower, like just using a blanket. And you can also use your hands to make your props a little bit higher. So I'm just going to demonstrate here with one block and my hands. And whatever you use, you want to have enough height so that you can bend forward and rest your forehead and have your forehead be supported. And that's really important, because with that support under the forehead, the muscles that you're stretching, that you'll feel in your back and your hips, can kind of release and let go. And that allows for a deeper stretch. If we just bend forward and there's nothing under the forehead, those muscles are actually going to pull back, and you'll get more tension in the body rather than, a release and stretching out. So I'm just going to come forward, rest my head, and relax. And that's all there is to this pose. But notice where you're feeling resistance or where you're feeling tension as you come into the pose. And just imagine when you breathe in that your breath is going to that spot. And when you breathe out, it's releasing. The tension is going out with the exhale. And as you're doing that, you might start to feel that you can go forward a little bit more. So give yourself that space to go down. Just lower the height of your props. And we'll take a couple more breaths. And then sit up. And we're going to do the other side. So you're just going to switch the cross of your legs. So you cross your opposite leg in front. And again, set up. And now you may need a different height on this side, just depending if there's an imbalance. So pay attention to that. Set up your props again. And you're going to use your hands. Lean forward. Rest your head. And just relax. Again, deep breathing. So if you notice that this side, sometimes when we stretch out one side, the other side releases a lot more quickly, then you just, again, allow yourself to go down. And if you're more flexible, you may not need any props. You may just be able to bring your head all the way to the floor. So you can do that as well if that feels good to you. And again, we're just going to take deep breaths. Relax anywhere that you're feeling a stretch, anywhere that you're feeling tension. Again, try to breathe into it. Just let it go on your exhale. And just a few more breaths. Go ahead and come up. And now we're going to move to lying down on the mat. And you'll need one block. So just have the block next to you. You lie down. And lift your hips up and slide the block under the sacrum. So that bony area between the hips. And we want to have the block at its lowest height. And take a moment to rest there, just to feel that support of the block. Turn your palms upward toward the ceiling and tuck your shoulders in, your shoulder blades in towards the spine. Take a few deep breaths. You should feel a nice openness in the chest here. And then extend your right leg. Just bring your right leg out, let the little toe drop to the side. Relax in that position. Bring the right foot in. And we'll do the left leg. Extend it out. Let your little toe drop to the side. Just relax in that position. Bring your foot in. Raise your hips up. Slide your block out. And just gently lower your back to the mat. And now take your feet out to the edges of your mat and bring your knees together in the center. And just relax in that position. You can turn your palms up again. Breathe deep in your belly. Rock your knees gently side to side. And bring them together. You can sit up. So there you have it, and I hope that that's helpful. It helps you to release your lower back and your hips. And let's stay